Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Monster Tamer News, the segment on this channel where we go over the past week's developments in the monster taming genre. This week we've got the release of Coromon on iOS, we've got quite a bit of Palworld content, including a new guide video and the launch of their website. We've got some brand new gameplay for Digital Tamers 2 and more. So as per the usual, sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Okay, so first of all, we got quite a bit of Palworld content. We got the recent video dubbed How to Make Your Pals Stronger, which dives into some of the inner workings of the game's mechanics, at least as far as powering up your monsters is concerned, which we did, by the way, create a reaction video for if you want to check it out. I will leave it linked below. We also got the release of the Palworld website, which I think is more significant than might meet the eye at first, because I've been seeing some comments wondering if Palworld's gonna get delayed because we haven't actually gotten a definitive date just yet. And I think with how much they've been ramping up marketing, and now we have the website live, I really don't think it will be. We don't know the exact release date yet, just that it's supposed to come out in January, so I will keep you guys updated on any more information we get moving forward. We did also get a new Paldex this week as well, but we will be showcasing that in next week's segment since this is more prevalent. Another topic I made a video about recently, again linked below, is the fact that Coromon has finally released on iOS devices in full access. Now, I've had questions about this despite making it clear a numerous amount of times. However, the game is a paid experience. It costs roughly $5 USD depending on your region in order to unlock the full game if you're playing on mobile. The mobile version does have some microtransactions for certain items that are normally free, and the full version on console and Steam, because it's such a dramatic price difference. If you buy it on Steam or on Nintendo Switch, it's like 20 USD. So in order to make up the difference, they've added some items like the fruit drone, as well as some others to the in-game shop as in-app purchases, but you do have the option of not purchasing them either way. Now, that being said, we're still waiting on the 1.2 update to make its way over to Nintendo Switch and Steam for Mac devices. And while we haven't received an exact date for either of these, they did say that they should be out by the end of the year at the very least. I've stated this already, but from what I understand, this is an issue on the side of not the development studio, but rather Nintendo and Apple. I don't have all the details, but it does seem like there's some sort of shenanigans going on there. So we got a quick piece of Cassette Beast news that I think is pretty significant. That being the fact that Cassette Beast has been nominated for the Steam Award, and you can vote for it. I do think that any monster taming game winning this type of award is something that could be huge for the genre. However, more than that, I do think that Cassette Beast deserves it. It's got to be one of, if not the most innovative monster taming game I've played. It's just a high quality game overall, and I definitely like to see it make an even bigger splash. If you want to support them, I will leave a link to that below where you can do so. Next up, we got a new clip for Digital Tamers 2, which I did want to highlight a little bit here just because out of all of the Digimon fan games I've covered to this point, I honestly think that Digital Tamers 2, and of course the original, and not to mention the fact that Dragonrod is also developing a Digimon story fan game as well, but anyways, all of these games that Dragonrod creates just are peak fan game material, and I do think that Dragonrod deserves more attention. So check out how awesome this game looks, and also if you want to stay up to date on all of Dragonrod's stuff, obviously I cover it extensively, but I'll leave his Twitter linked below as well. Next up, we got the Rapidfire news for the updates that don't require lengthy explanations. First of all, the developers of Bugaboo Pocket seem to be teasing a big reveal for December 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We've also got some sort of big reveal for Photogeist album coming out on the 30th of November. The Lumion Legacy Halloween event is live. It's the end of November, but yeah. Here we got some AoE rock damage for Koraidon. We've got a look at this panda creature from Elements. A new monster showcase for Mythcaller the Nightmare Shaman. And finally, last but not least, we got a showcase for the Water Starter line in Tales of Tenorio. And there we go, guys. Another week comes to a close, and I didn't mention this earlier, but we do have Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince coming out later this week, and I've been doing a ton of prep work for that. I also see a couple of new monster taming games you guys have shared with me in the Discord, and if you're wondering why I haven't covered them yet, I'm just planning on putting out a video going over monster taming games you never knew. That's sort of a segment we do on this channel where I introduce new games to the channel. So I've just been saving it for that. If you're in the Discord and wondering why I haven't covered a couple games just yet, I'm hoping to put out a video like that in the next couple of of weeks, so stay tuned. Other than that, I did have to put this video out a couple of days before it actually released. As I've mentioned, I've been doing a lot of overtime at my job lately, so I do have to do a lot more pre-planning when it comes to the content I provide, because some days I'm doing double shifts, which it's just not feasible for me to drive an hour and a half to work for 16 hours, drive an hour and a half back, then do a YouTube video, then go back to work like 4 hours later. Luckily, I have my in-laws place, which is much closer to my job. It's only like 20 minutes out. So if I do a double shift, I can just sleep there, but I don't have equipment or really the time to be making YouTube videos after a 16-hour shift. So that's why I've been sort of pre-prepping stuff when I do have time so that I can work more and sort of balance everything out. But other than that, if you do want to support the channel, definitely subscribe. We want to get to 75K by the end of the year if possible. And you can also check out my Twitter, Discord, Patreon, PayPal link, and channel memberships if you want to go the extra mile. Also, special thanks to our supporters, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Candy Morency, and Tragsoft, and we'll see you next time. Peace.